Good evening. What the hell are you doing?
Keep it together, man. It's 2 more episodes. Keep it together.
Yeah. This is Sins and Consequences of Blades in the Dark actual play podcast presented by Dragon's Creek Gaming. Guys, it's a sad day. It's a good day, but it's a sad day. Ooh. We're, I think, 1 or 2 episodes. It's definitely going to be 2 episodes to the end of this campaign. And so I just want to take a moment and say in front of the listeners that I've had an absolute blast with you guys.
Oh.
And I really hope that you all don't die.
No promises.
We'll see. Me too.
Dio's already killed 1 character. He's ready for another.
Hey,
you're talking about the
Cool for
characters.
2.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you
just so
also
they could
shouldn't die, but yeah, the characters.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But yeah, so we'll just do a quick round table here, guys. We'll start with Adam. Adam, I want to take a moment and I want to talk about you to you.
It's all right.
So it's been a little over a year since we started hanging out and we were playing Shadowrun.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, that's crazy. Time has gone by very quickly.
And, I knew you as a GM, and this is my first time playing with you as a player. And I just want to say I really appreciate what you bring to the table. I think you do a great job.
Thank you.
And, I'm excited for more games in the future.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and just take a moment here, Adam, and just talk about what you've enjoyed about the campaign so far, or whatever you want to say about the campaign. You can say negative things too. You can hurt my feelings.
Oh God, it's awful. This has been just the worst experience. I can't even say it. I can't even finish saying it. I have been having so damn much fun with this game. The game system is awesome. It's so simple and like it there's enough in it to get done whatever you want to get done. Like there's no I've never felt like I have wanted anything that's not here, and it's so like breezy to just pick up and run. The world is super interesting, and I don't know how much of it, because like I got so much shit going on. I haven't gotten to actually sit down and like read through the whole book. I don't know how much of it is in the book and how much of it's coming out of your brain, but like the setting is awesome. And man, the characters have been great. Like I've had so much fun playing these characters and getting to know all of these other characters that all of you guys have been playing. And I'm gonna be really sad when it's over, but I'm looking forward to the end. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with all of it, and where all these characters end up, and they will live on in my heart for probably the rest of my life. It's been a blast, and you've done a fantastic job as a GM. You revealed to me when we were at Gen Con that you're like, I don't have any plans. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like you're winging it. This whole thing is just falling out of your brain, and it is gold. You're doing an amazing job, and I love it.
Yeah, that is the hardest
this whole
part
experience
about running this system. Is they say right in the book, everybody who talks about it, who runs it, are like, you do not know what's going to happen when you sit down at the table. Don't think you do. Just be prepared to make up something crazy. And it's like, okay, yeah, and I've taken that to heart, and I feel like it's worked out pretty well for this game so far.
Yeah.
Definitely runs a lot different than a typical D&D, but I enjoy it as well. Obviously, it was my idea to run this. But I just wanted to say that. And I'm gonna talk about Dio next. Dio, I haven't known you that long. I met you again on the Shadowrun podcast. You were playing what's his face, the actor.
I can't get this one wrong. Yeah. I was gonna say the other part again.
Wait, is it Night Runner or is it?
Oh yeah, it has to be Runner because the other one.
Don't.
Because we'll get sued.
I'm Night Runner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to say that you have brought something that I personally enjoy, which is a certain amount of darkness to this campaign. Like, you just brought a character that just unrelenting in his pursuit of his goals, and you have definitely escalated. You created a lot of internal conflict, but in a positive way. It's good storytelling.
Absolutely.
And that's what I want to say. Like, I think you have changed the story for the better since episode 4.
And I'm glad I could cause a little bit of conflict for everyone here.
Yeah. And yeah, Dio, I just wanted to take a second and just say that. Is there anything you wanted to say about the campaign or your thoughts on it so far? The system.
I mean, kind of harkening back to what Adam said about just, anything we can imagine, we just have it at our fingertips. Like, and when you said like the story, I mean, we all played a part in it. Like everyone, like every one of you has kind of thrown a curveball that really is like, oh shit, what the fuck? That's actually happening. And like, it just, for example, cough, CJ making the heart disappear, or even Ethan with like just the overall turn into this more evil character inside of the jail.
Not evil.
Well,
you just
misunderstood.
but like or even like just kind of seeing the transformation with Ludes, or even with Jacob and everything that he's involved with too. Like, just every one of these characters definitely have proven a challenge for my characters, but like in their own natural and fun ways to be able to interact with. I guess I'm gonna miss playing with every one of you and your characters too.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna cry.
Well, thank you, Dio. I'm gonna talk about Ethan next. Ethan, I've known you for, I guess it's coming on 19, almost 20 years now.
Something like that.
So obviously Ethan and I knew each other before we ever played games together. In fact, this is our first time playing games together. And I just want to say, like, yeah, you took to it like a champ. You've been ebbing and flowing and bobbing and weaving, and I really appreciate you coming on, and it's been a blast hanging out again, playing some games and all of that. And then I want to talk a little bit about Drillbit, because I feel like there's still so much to uncover about Drillbit, and some of it is going to come out in this episode, and I want you to be ready.
Okay, yeah, no, that's totally fair. And I mean, you're asking the other two, but like what mechanics they've liked about the game. And real quick, I just want to say that I've really appreciated how much that Blaze in the Dark kind of allows you to go in and focus on like the game mechanics that you like, and you can really kind of stay in that area, and you're like, okay, like I made a character that min-maxes a little bit more on stress, and I'm going to play in there, and like cool things are going to happen. I'm going to get away with things, but then I'm going to have to deal with challenges because of that. And it does a really good job of kind of like directing folks into that. And so with having played no other TTRPG, I'm going to say this one is by far my favorite.
There we are. Years and years ago we played, I think, 1 or 2 rounds of Dungeons and Dragons with your brother, and I think that was the extent of our experience until
it didn't go well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's been an absolute blast, and I wants to learn more about Drillbit, but I also want to know what happens to Vay. I hope he lives.
Right, that's one of those things where I think what happened is I kind of pulled out Drillbit. I'm like, oh yeah, here's this cool new character, and then there was just so many good beats for Vay that it's like, sorry, like Drillbit's just gonna get shafted. Like, I'm too focused in on the main character, which, like, I mean, I think Adam brought other characters in early enough that there has been some development, but then also like I think Marv is kind of pretty basic, and so with that, Ludes has been the one to develop, like, and so it's been interesting.
Yeah. I just want to quickly back to Adam. I just want to say I appreciate that there's one good guy in the crew.
Yeah.
And it happens to be Ludes. Yep.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
It's still Stalker. I'm still going to put that on him.
Yeah,
he's still not a great person.
Yeah.
But you can't get away with that. I'm sorry.
He's stalking her for her own good, though.
Not really.
It's love. Say.
You're not going to convince me otherwise.
Good thing
You're not
he's
gonna convince me
occupied.
otherwise.
Good thing he's occupied with his dean duties, and he's doing a good job being the school dean. I guess.
Yeah.
Boy.
But yeah, and then of course we got CJ as well, and CJ, you've been an absolute delight. I'm really appreciating getting to know you over the course of the campaign there and talking. You have such cool ideas and you bring such good energy. It is nice to see you come out of your shell a bit. I can see it literally when I edit the files.
Yeah.
Because when we first started, it was me and Adam competing to see who spoke more. And you and Ethan had like files that were like a quarter of the size of ours. And I'm like, no. We need to hear more from CJ. We need to hear more. And I'm really glad that we have, because Myri is great.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Shiova is too. Shiova's so creepy. And I feel like I do understand what she's about. She's about apathy and a little bit of anger. And I'm really hoping that I can piss Shiova off enough today. With what's happened.
She is looking forward to this war. That's if you want to get her out of apathy, she's like,
oh yeah. But yes, we will. I just wanted to flip that same question to you. Is just anything you wanted to kind of comment on about the system or the game or anything you want?
I'll admit it. Yeah, whenever I'm in a new group for like any D&D thing, it's just like I'm just like, oh no, new people. How do I talk with new people? So, it's been fun playing with all you guys. You're all cool. I know at least half of you, so that helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with any tabletop game I play, I usually ends up being a new one, because as I've said, I'm pretty sure I've said this multiple times, Adam has increased the number of tabletop games I know. I started at like D&D, and then he's like, hey, check out this game, check out this game, check out this game. I'm like,
I could go into stories about what he did to myself in one of his campaigns.
What? What? I didn't do
what? The Eberron Pathfinder game that you sent us into Traveler first. Made us fucking do math, and then Shadowrun.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah, man.
But no, I just want to take a moment to say, one, my name is Aaron, also known as Poultrygeist. I've been GMing. It's been great GMing you guys for this. This is my third full-length campaign that I've run in Blades in the Dark. It's also my favorite, but don't tell the others, even though they probably have the opportunity to listen.
I'm telling them. I have that friend connection.
I think the first time I ran it, I didn't fully understand how much freedom that you guys got. And like that's what I really appreciate about the game, is it takes some of the pressure. It puts a little bit of pressure on you to improv, but it takes some of the pressure off of you to figure out what the characters should be doing by just saying, like, what do you want to do? And I really like that about this system. And so I also I love the setting. I love how creepy it is. I love that there's piles of dogs everywhere haunting Adam's dreams. Some of them have
not into
faces. It's a fun world. It's a fun world. And very quickly, if you're into this, there are tons of Forged in the Dark. That's the game system. Hacks. There's one called Scum and Villainy, which is this in space. There's Band of Blades, which is this, but it's a military campaign. There's also a bunch of ones where you play witches and tons of free stuff out there. And then there's actually the original that this is based off of, which is called the Ghost Rails, which is about being a railjack in this world. That's the first...
railjacks.
Yeah. That was actually the very first thing that John Harper wrote in this setting. Was that game. It's a lot more simplified, but it is actually, I've looked at it. It does look like fun. Excuse me. I had to cough. But yeah, with all that being said, let's not pat ourselves on the back anymore. Let's get into it. Let's get into the thick of it. We've been spending a couple weeks now preparing, learning a little bit about the incoming conflict. We've also been spending some time just wrapping up some last minute conversations. Unfortunately, Myri has not had an opportunity to bear the truth to Ludes, but has promised to do so. I don't know if she'll have time, but we'll see. It is the morning dimmer sister hour, or moment, I suppose. It's a couple of minutes. The light kind of shines just a peak behind a cloud in the sky. It shines down onto a large naval vessel, adorned and decorated to look like a drake. Large painted ornate wood made to have a snarling face across the bow as it marches towards the shore. Dio, I need you to make a fortune roll for a tier 1 faction.
Okay. So tier 1 faction, fortune roll.
Now, before you do, is anyone here interested in having one of their characters assist, do a flashback, or basically introduce themselves into this scene or prior to this scene in any way to help this role?
I don't know
who is it helping.
This is
Is
and
this
what's
the,
happening.
the bear one?
This is the Foghounds. The glimpse that we
Wait, so-
have is that they were knocking off barrels of a blue liquid into the ocean.
Oh, okay.
So to answer your question, Aaron, the answer is yes, but who here wants to take that?
I got no idea how I would be involved in this, so I will pass.
Well, Jacob Bridgewater does have an in with the Foghounds, and actually has had shared drinks with Bear.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah,
your
yeah.
friend
Like the
Flint,
most in.
because your friend Flint has close associations with the Foghounds. He's using it to smuggle his spirits in and out of the city.
Man, where is Jacob still alive? I thought he got sucked into the ghost field and vanished
He's
when that
alive.
thing emerged.
He is still
Killed
alive.
you killed Appletross, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but he kind of vanished at the same time. All right.
I was waiting
Yeah,
for
man.
you to reintroduce him into the story before I tell you what happened to him.
Well,
So,
then I will do that. So, as they're shoving all of these barrels of mysterious blue stuff into the water, a bony, not like made out of bones, but like bony, like with skin on it, hand breaches from the water, like grabs onto the side of the ship, starts pulling out, and you see this waterlogged, yellow-robed Jacob Bridgewater climbing out of the water up the side of the boat. And he gets up there and he coughs, and somebody notices him, and they're like, "Oh, I got a man overboard!" And a bunch of people start going to try to pull him in, and they pull him up onto the deck. And he flops down onto his back, and he coughs out like a big bunch of this black water, because all the water's black, right?
that is correct.
Yeah, so he coughs out like a whole bunch of this black water, and he looks like hell, absolute hell. Like he's been like basically wasting away for a long time, and like he's like super emaciated and gaunt, and the bear is there, and he looks up at the bear and he's like, "There's a storm coming."
Yeah, there is.
We gotta do what we can. I'm here to help. Just
and-
point me in the right direction. Well,
And Bear kind of furrows his brow. It takes him a moment to remember who you are, but he does, and he says,
remember me? I drank with you that one time.
yeah,
We had
yeah,
a beer.
you did. Listen, Flint's on board. He's just downstairs working on some stuff. Go talk to him, and two of you can figure something out. I'm sure. find a use for you. Get something to eat. You look thin. And he storms off. Well, he doesn't storm off angrily, but like he does. He is in a hurry. He's obviously directing a small crew of people. You see, there's about 10 people on this ship.
Okay.
It's not a very large.
So Jake will use his. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. You go down and you see Flint. It's been a while since you've seen Flint, but he's there, and he's got a pair of those like glasses on that's got like the multiple lenses, so he can like zoom in.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And he's it looks like he's reading 2 books at the same time.
That's impressive. All right.
Yeah, he turns around and he has to lift his glasses off his face, and he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, Jacob, I haven't seen you in a while. Where's that Mary figure?"
Been busy. There's something big happening.
Oh yeah, that's why we're here. Come here, take a look at these. And the two of you take a look at the plans. And we'll cut to this moment where Dio is going to make this roll. You being there are going to assist at a cost of 2 stress.
Cool.
And Dio, go ahead and give me that fortune roll. That's going to be 3. That's going to be 2 die total.
Okay.
You son of a bitch.
Okay.
All of that set up for
So
less than a hour.
Oh man.
you it's hard to see when you're actually on the deck, but it's there. You're out east of the docks, and actually kind of through this channel, just on the other side of this channel between White Crown and Barrow Cleft. Or actually, that's the Silk Shores. Sorry. So between White Crown and Silk Shores, you see the plans. They've laid out several of these barrels. These barrels are filled with ectoplasm and alchemist fire.
Ooh.
The idea, and Flint's actually pretty happy to see it because they were struggling with a bit about how they were going to ignite it. But using your arcane ability, they're like, you can strike them with lightning, and that'll be enough to set it off. You do it.
Nice.
But these ships, again, these dragon adorned ships, they're all kind of merging together as they're going to come through the North Hook Channel, and to storm into the docks. And you strike these barrels that have been leaking, and like the surface of the water kind of bursts into flame, and just like strikes of lightning come through. And you think it'd be enough to like turn away any normal ship, but these are Imperial. This is the Imperial Navy, and they don't have time for this bullshit. The ships push through. You see oars.
Oh, they're already here?
They're here now.
Welcome to the war.
This is the war.
I thought we were setting up. Oh my god. All right.
Yeah. The Foghounds have been assigned to take care of the North Hook Channel to stop the flow and stop them from taking the docks. Unfortunately, these ships, even though the sails are burning, they just pull out the oars and they just power through. You see a couple of men who get struck by lightning just jump off the side as they burst into flames. But they've only lost a couple men, and there's thousands more. They come storming towards you. This was not enough to slow them down. Now we're going to go out west, back towards the library. Inside of your library at the university, and actually not inside the library, I actually think you would do it inside the school. We see several civilians, notable members of the Bluecoats family have taken up residence inside your school, are huddling in the gymnasium.
Gymnasium.
The gymnasium. Well, it's only the gymnasium if Marv's in there. Is Marv there to enforce that?
Well, I mean, it's it's called that because Ludes calls it that, and Marv can't read, so he doesn't know any better.
Fair enough. But yes, we see these people huddled for safety. There's like a strong aura that kind of permeates the air. It's thick, and it causes like the hairs on the back of your neck to raise. As you look out to the west, there's like a large looming green storm approaching closer. The sound of thunder. It seems to be moving at a rate of about a mile an hour. As it gets even closer, you realize specifically Drillbit and Shiova would recognize these noises as members of the Skovlan nation who survived or perhaps did not survive the Unity Wars. This is the sound of the Emperor's cavalrymen. And what you thought was thunder is actually the sound of a cacophonous horde of large stallions marching.
Okay.
I want to check in with Shiova. You recognize these noises. You know that they're coming. How do you feel?
The composed expression that Shiova usually has when she possesses Carissa is now just like a sick, twisted grin, just like bloodlust emanating from her. Like there's like anger, but also like, oh, just come and try me, kind of like don't get close to that one, kind of.
Yeah. And I want to check in with. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I just like she's not like inside, like she's like out by a window, just like stare, like that intense, like stare boring into the horizon line where she knows it's coming from. That's it. Now
no worries. Okay, and then I want to check in with Drillbit really quick. Drillbit, what's his interaction with the Empire? Was he alive during the Unity War?
Oh, I love this prompt. You always get to make new lore. I'm gonna say, I think Drillbit was killed as part of the Unity Wars. We're gonna throw that in. Oh. And so with this happening, Drillbit, who was mopping and kind of sweeping at the time, you could tell just starts disassociating and getting kind of farther and farther away, and is just completely out of it, and is not in a currently good state.
Like his movements become more like mechanical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and as we zoom in on these,
he's a robot.
Mechanical hands. It's just a moment where you kind of open them and they just turn into fingers. And you look out, a handsome man. I presume that I feel like Drillbit would be incredibly handsome. When he was a human.
He was Jean Renault.
Yeah. You've known that the war is coming, but there's a part of you that just thinks that this is for the others to deal with. You were a noble in Scotland, a partier and a reveler, not much of a fighter or a military man. However, one day it comes to your door in the form of a large green storm and the sound of stomping hooves as tens of thousands of cavalry just storm and take your castle. They don't take prisoners. Every single member of your family, including yourself, was slaughtered in a matter of moments.
And now it's barely a memory.
We zoom out from the school, and we see that butler, the butler,
Ruckus.
Lord Ruckus, Lord Skurlock's butler Ruckus, as he stands at the entrance and starts waving in citizenry who are coming in, clearly afraid, seeking refuge, and as promised, he does offer them refuge in his basement. We go to Lord Skurlock, who is very calmly reading a book in a cafe. We go
So
to the north. This is called Bowmore Bridge. It's the bridge that connects Brightstone to White. The Bluecoats have formed a line of about 2,000 people at the foot of this bridge. They stand prepared with their pistols and their batons as the Imperial military begins marching south across the bridge. They're a tier 3 faction. I'm going to call out Ethan. You're going to roll for the Bluecoats here. Anybody who wants
So
to
glad it's not
assist
me.
is welcome to do so. Multiple characters can assist as well.
Man, guys, blow up the bridge.
That's a Myri move.
That's a
that's
Myri.
what we know. Go with the basics.
That's a classic Myri move.
Classic Myri move.
Albatross used to blow up bridges.
Albatross burned a lot of bridges, and I
I
mean
mean
that figuratively.
Yeah. I would do that as a flashback. I'd be happy to do that as a 2 stress flashback in lieu of the assist. So it'd be the same stress cost.
Okay.
And I'll have you make your rec or tinker roll as you deem appropriate. Same as before. Tinker is going to lower the risk. Rec will increase the effect.
Just go all wreck, baby.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a rec roll. It's going to be desperate for great effect.
2 wreck. Desperate. Great. Here we go. Oh, you kidding me?
No,
2 ones and a 3.
No, nothing is going well. This we
Nothing's
are
going well,
fucked. We
guys.
are
We're losing
fucked.
the war.
We are fucked.
Guys, war is hard.
You've set this up ahead of time. Obviously, you're there. You have the detonator. You go to hook it off. You do manage to blow up the bridge. You do it, and you do manage to maybe even kill a couple of people with flying stones. You unfortunately kill a couple of the Bluecoats that got a little too close as well. Unfortunately, they seem to be prepared for this. They have brought these large ladders, Lord of the Rings styles. They just start running them up like firemen, and they flip it over, and they just start storming across on these thick wooden ladders made out of petrified wood.
Means they're rock hard, like me.
And they increase
Dio.
very, very quickly. Now, Ethan, roll a fortune roll, but take away 1 die. So that's a 2
No.
die fortune
Wow.
roll to see how well the Bluecoats can hold them off.
We can do a second flashback, folks.
We can.
We can fix this. And all right. So I'm going to do another flashback. And so beforehand, we're going to build up a barricade on our side, just in that knowing that the north shore of this
Brightstone.
area, it's Brightstone. That's it. The north shore of Brightstone was going to be more than just a single blip when it comes to this type of siege coming in. And so Drillbit would have spent at least 3 days going through and working with a group of others in order to build out some barricades beforehand.
Okay. Okay. So that can mechanically go one of 2 ways. You can spend 2 die and give them back their dice that they lost. Or Ethan, you can have it as an action roll and have Drillbit on the scene actively helping to defend, though he will be susceptible to actual harm.
Ooh. You know what? We're early in the session. I'm just gonna say we're gonna add a die, but I'll have you know if this came in about an hour from now, you would have been there.
All right.
But we gotta kind of
You're back up to 3
crawl
die.
our way into it.
You're back
3
up to
die,
3 die.
fortune roll.
Yeah.
The
Roll higher than a
bridge.
3.
Come on.
Come on.
I'll take that
Roll
4.
higher
Take
than
the
a
4.
3.
Oh my god, finally.
Okay. So I gotta make a clock here.
Oh no.
This clock is called Bright Stone.
Now we got a clock.
Bright Stone lost. Because it's a partial success. Oh, actually, I made a character, not like a clock. But when this clock fills, it's going to be an 8-section clock. When this fills, the entire district of Brightstone is going to be lost, and that is 2 marks on there. 1 for, well, it's going to be 2 for Myri's failure. That is the partial success. I'm kind of putting it all together. You are a quarter of the way to losing the district of Brightstone. This is the local garrison, the people that have always lived in Duskfall, but are loyal and have been working for the Imperial military for a while. What this looks like is they storm across, and the Bluecoats are there, and they're firing out. They have these barricades, but the rifles are just more powerful. They kind of start blowing away sections of this barricade that you've built. They're more accurate than the Bluecoats are. They're better trained. Just several of these men just start falling, painting the streets with their blood.
Oh my god.
Now we're gonna go south to the prison. Aaron Hurt
Oh.
stands on that long, windy path that leads up to the prison with probably about like 3 or 4 dozen men by her side. They have their trusty bill hooks. Some of them have pikes that are like curved so that when you impale someone, you can pull them closer to you. They march towards the prison. And my question to Adam is, who do you want to roll for? Do you want to roll for the bill hooks, or do you want to roll for the prison?
Oh no. You know what? I'm feeling shitty. Let's roll for the bill hooks.
Okay. That's 1 die.
Alright, here we go. Come on. Oh,
Oh.
6!
Wow.
The one he wants to fail is the one.
Come on!
I'm sorry. Did something just happen to my beautiful prison?
You know what? The more things change, the more they stay the same. And the more things stay the same,
Oh my god.
the less it changes. Because, baby, they're back in charge.
I just fixed everything in there.
Why did you leave? They offered you a pardon, you should have spit in their face, because clearly they can't defend themselves. Those Bluecoats are for shit.
Perhaps it is for the best that you weren't there. What ends up happening is actually a very clever tactical maneuver. They come in with a large battering ram to batter down the door. And then just as all of the guards are starting to gather there, they could just drop the battering ram, grab grappling hooks, start scaling the side of the building. That same entrance that you guys escaped from, Bluecoats or billhooks start coming up the other direction, the rest of the crew. Inside the prison is a bloodbath, led by Aaron Hurt as she cackles, reclaiming her home.
Ah, jeez. Guys, this is not going well.
That's like 90% of my followers, too. Oh, man.
Yeah. So those are kind of the 4 areas that you guys will need to look after. We've got some stuff going on to the south, some stuff going on to the north. We've lost the east, or we've lost a lot of progress in the east. or sorry, the west, because it's never eat shred of wheat, not never wheat shred of east. And then out to the west.
Never eat shredded wheat. I love it.
But yes, out to the east. Lord Skurlock seems to have some sort of plan, and he's making it up perhaps a little bit too nonchalantly. But
Needs to get more chalant.
where do you guys want to go next? CJ,
Yeah.
which one of these scenes do you want to go to next? Where do you think you guys will be the most help?
Oh God.
Which-
Okay, because I'm getting confused.
Okay.
Where what's happening where? So
Okay.
like, okay, so there's the north here by the
Everything's everywhere.
bridge.
By the
What's
bridge.
going on in this west? Is like the west the
In-
docks? Is that what you're talking?
That was the docks. So they had tried to use alchemical warfare, but the boats didn't even slow down.
Okay.
And so they have made their way
then-
through the channel and are on their way to dock at the docks or to fire upon the docks.
Okay, and then it's south for the
The prison.
thing, and then there's Skurlock.
Yeah, you know the cavalry, with including the Emperor himself, is coming from the west. And I have a clock going for that.
Okay, so I don't know where I could do this. I just like currently the only idea I currently have is like if we can sacrifice either a section or area, if I make another giant ass ghost ward. If we don't mind like sacrificing a section of the city.
And what section of the city do
I
you
don't
feel
know,
is
that's
the
why-
most sacrificed?
That's why I'm asking.
Well, which
Okay.
one's
Well-
filled with the rich assholes? Let's just
Brightstone,
get rid of
which
them.
is where my read is
Brightstone?
now, and across the bridge,
Yeah,
if
just-
you were to get behind the Imperial military, you could do that to Whitecrown.
Sorry.
That would piss off a lot of people.
That might end the goddamn war pretty quick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you want to focus in on this section to the north. That's the conflict that we want to address, like in terms of the clock, the mechanics. Story-wise, it'll be what it is. But
Okay.
okay, so we're gonna go back to the north here. We're watching as the blue coats are not doing well. They're barely holding their own. Many are losing morale. You see that the people at the back are starting to run away.
I am so disappointed in this. Like, not only did we sell out our own morals, or maybe my morals, I don't know, but on top of it, they're doing nothing for us. Like it's like 2 defeats at once.
They're holding the line.
Yeah, like to be
Yeah,
fair,
It's been the
but, like,
only
the
successful
only reason
front
they're not
that we've
already
rolled
in
so far.
Brightstone fucking up your day is because they're there dying for you.
Yeah, you know what? At least they're doing something.
That's right. But yeah, so CJ picked the area. Dio.
Yeah.
One of your characters, do you have an idea about how these are all like mini scores? So
Mhm.
how are we approaching this? And by we I mean any faction, including you guys, who are opposed to the Imperium. So is this like an assault? Like we're just going to try and push them back across the bridge? Is there some sort of covert operation to go and throw a ghost ward down behind enemy lines, or to just assume?
So okay, Lachus is going to assist,
Okay,
and so is every one of the Taikarosi that was involved with the caravan.
okay. I can get behind.
Lachus heard blow up a big ghost bomb in the middle of White Crown. By all means.
Yeah. So how's everyone feeling about that? Do we want to try and get Myri behind enemy lines on this one?
Oh my god. Here's the deal. If that's gonna happen, Ludes is going with.
Lechusa would want his people with him anyway, so by all means.
Yeah. Lechusa, Myri, and Ludes are sharing a gondola. Being rowed across. You guys are gonna row from these smaller docks at the top of Brightstone. And you're gonna dock over at the south side of White Crown.
I don't get why I'm doing all of the rowing. I mean, like, you guys are here too. You know, why am I doing all the work? I don't even like this plan. It seems like a bad plan, and here I am, just rowing and rowing and rowing and rowing and rowing.
I'm looking at a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
And I'm helping.
Well, be
please.
careful with the bomb.
Exactly. So you go.
But be careful if you start rowing properly.
And so,
you know what? You could take some of the...
oh, and before I get too far, Dio, we're gonna acquire an asset, which is these Taikarosi people as cohorts. So, what kind of cohorts?
I'm not a fan of acquiring people as an asset. Seems a
We've
little
been doing
fucked.
it all game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I take it back.
But so, what kind of cohorts do you want them to be? You are at a tier where there could be like 3 or 4 of them, and they're like, they're experts, or it can be like a gang of about 30 people.
We're going with experts here because I want to make sure that they're able to keep an eye, do covert work.
So the type of cohorts are rooks, thugs, depths, which are like occult people, and like scholars.
What are rooks?
Rooks are thieves and sneaky people, spies and saboteurs.
Okay.
A few. I would say. How by ballpark? How many people would I get if I have experts?
You would have 4.
Okay,
but they're all going to be the same kind.
All kind. Okay, so yeah, they would all be sneaky as shit then.
Okay, yeah. So we got expert saboteurs. If you're okay with me saying that.
Absolutely.
They're
like
in tow with you. You guys do manage to get across because, as much as they're not really doing great and they're losing a lot of people, they are making a very good distraction. These blue coats over here on the bridge. You land on the beach in the south, or not the beach, but there's a small like gondolier's dock, and then you have to kind of climb up those stairs until you get onto the street. You see that there are people patrolling. The same kind of people that you saw at the Ministry of Preservation along these main roads. They're wearing their red cloaks, and they have these large rifles. They also carry sabers on their sides, marching in unison. Myri, where
There's a
do
lot
we
of
need
guys
to go?
up there.
Do you need to get somewhere high?
Now is not the time.
But I've gotten so addicted to that new shit. It's so good, though.
Now's not the time.
Save it for the after
I
party.
understand why you're always high in your office now.
It's fantastic, but now is not the time.
Surrounded by drug addicts.
I'm going to
Yes.
establish a goal for you guys. I think you need to get on top of the Lord Governor's stronghold. It's the highest point.
Oh,
I mean,
Look,
if you were to get the
he's-
Ghost Ward off there, it would encapsulate the entire district.
if you can rig this thing up, I can get it up there.
I might
Right.
be able to help with that.
Nah, just me.
Don't you do anything crazy now.
Won't use so much thought.
You know.
Actually, I went to ask for the last session. I was able to acquire the asset and implement it, right?
Yeah. So you need to spend 1 coin, basically.
Yeah. Then I would have spent it.
Yeah. Like, so we're doing downtime actions as flashbacks without the cost of stress because you're paying coins. That's what that is. But yeah. Now Lechusa might have a secondary goal. He might want to go and sabotage and fuck with their actual equipment. Stop reinforcements from coming through. Maybe that's what he's up to. Think about it. Well, Ludes, you are gonna go by yourself onto the Lord Governor's stronghold.
Yeah, I can get right up there.
Okay.
If you can make this thing so it'll go off when you need it to, I can get it up there. I got no problem doing it. I can do it on my own. No problem. Be right back.
And I'm fine.
Alright.
I'm fine postponing that roll to see how well it works until after he sets it off. So, Adam, why don't you give me a roll to see how well you can get from here to the roof?
All right.
And,
here's the deal. I'm gonna.
Yeah, and any equipment or anything you're doing to help you.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn off all of my equipment's already on here. Are we on? Is it nighttime? Daytime? What do we got?
It's always night.
It's always night.
Always
time.
night.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. Dark side goggles. Got them. Shadow cloak. Got it. Climbing gear. Got it.
Was how did Aaron kick it off again? It was the hour of the twin sisters.
The morning dimmer sister.
The morning dimmer sister.
All right. So I got all of my cool stuff. So that is dark sight goggles, fine lockpicks, fine shadow cloak, light climbing gear, and silence potion vial.
Okay.
That's a cat ass for days right there. All right.
No worries.
So
so I will
this
keep
thing,
that in
what is-
mind.
what does this device look like?
Oh, I was thinking like giant kind of grenade kind of thing with like runes just circling all of it. It's got like the inside is like shoved full of like that like salt shit.
Okay. How big is this thing? Is it like a pony keg?
I think like baby keg, like
Like a
head
pony
size.
keg. Cool.
Sure. I don't know
Okay.
what that is.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
It's okay.
little tiny thing. But you know what? It's like the size of like a basketball and a football had a kid.
Okay.
And then it's filled with all sorts of explosives crap. And Ludes is like, yeah, just give me that thing. I'll set it all up. I just, right up there is where it needs to. Whoa! Oh, yeah, no, I got it. Okay. All right, here we go. I'll be right back. Don't worry. I've done things like this many a time. So I'm gonna prowl.
Okay.
I'm gonna push to activate my Ghost Veil. It says you may shift partially into the ghost field, becoming shadowy and insubstantial for a few moments. Take 2 stress when you shift, plus 1 stress for each extra feature. So here are my extra feature options. It lasts a few minutes rather than a few moments. So I'm at 3 stress. You're invisible rather than shadowy, so that's 4 stress. And you may float through the air like a ghost, so that's 5 stress to do this.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And because you spent 5 stress, I'm going to say that the threat has changed.
What?
Which is not, this is actually a net positive thing for you. You're not going to have to fight it.
Oh, good.
You do manage to do this. You're on the ghost field, and you've gotten pretty good at navigating the ghost field over the years, just because you kind of so flippantly go into it. And so you start kind of running, and for those who can see onto the ghost field, so like maybe Lechusa, if you're wearing a spirit mask, you can see it looks like he's just kind of flying across the sky. But Ludes, you're like sprinting, and like the roads are like rebuilding themselves to kind of help you go through as you run on these twisting staircases and are like upside down and like right side up again, like a corkscrew.
Lechusa anxiously nods in approval.
You
Sit
managed to
straight up Escher in here.
Yeah. Make your roll. It's going to be risky for great effect.
Okay.
This is to see if someone notices you on the ghost field.
Come on, man.
Come on, baby.
Hey.
Sixer!
Yes.
Yes! You can't, okay, now it's okay to roll 6s.
Yeah.
I appreciate that 6 now.
So look at our boy Ludes.
There you go.
So you do see you use some of like the real practical stealth that you've learned just being a street urchin and kind of working underfoot to keep out of sight. You see like a large ghost looming over the district. This is probably like the size of like a sperm whale. It's like floating around, but
Hot.
it's just it's like several eyes just kind of like twisting and like floating through the eye like a snake. Or like a
Okay.
worm. Or like a centipede from the game Centipede.
But it's like an eye centipede.
Yeah, there's like like
It's like a bunch of eyes that are like linked together with like little fucking gross legs coming off of them.
There's no legs. They're just eyes, but
Oh,
they're
thank
like
God.
twisting and spinning.
Okay, that's
and
still awful. Okay,
barely scanning, but you managed to stay out of sight of it. You land
that's
on
impressive considering it's made out of eyes.
it is. But you did such a good job. And you hop out of the ghost field on the Lord Governor's stronghold. You drop this, and now CJ,
Yes.
I want you to make your roll. Tinker
Okay, okay.
will make it much safer for Lutz to be there because he'll have time to get away.
Yeah, I was gonna do Tinker.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
Don't let this be it.
I will give you, or offer you anyways, a devil's bargain,
Oh, take it.
which is that it is going to work. Exactly the same one as the first one.
oh man.
But Ludes will suffer. No.
I want to say I have strange methods. So when I invent or create something with arcane, I get a +1 to my roll result.
Okay.
+1 result level to my roll.
That's for crafting.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Didn't she craft the bomb?
She did, but this is for like mechanical
Come on.
downtime crafting.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
because
I
Ghost
would
Ward is
like
a
to
special ability. Yeah.
I would like to spend a coin then to increase the effect. Like I got that good salt shit.
Okay. No worries. Yeah. And you actually have increased in tiers, so this is actually that is a good moment to kind of go over that rule. You're coming in with tier 3 goods because you have a workshop, which increases it. So you're now operating as a tier 4 faction for the purposes of making this Ghost Lord. With that coin.
Okay. And then I'll do 2 stress to get the extra die.
Okay.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay. And if you are taking the Devil's Bargain, you can take an additional die on top of that.
No.
Okay. So it
Should
can
I?
fail.
We've suffered a lot from that first one. That was what, session 2, and it's like 23 sessions later, and we're still suffering from that first one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the position is. I'm assuming
It
it's
is desperate for great effect.
Okay. Here we go.
Come on.
Come on. Big money to whammies.
Yes! Yes!
Because it's a success and it's a tinker, you managed to get off the roof just in time for this to go off. You can like feel like this pulse of invisible energy just almost knock you into a bush just as you're about to hit the earth. You stumble up to your feet, and just like we did in that very, very first episode we recorded, you hear the telltale screams as spirits from all around the city start to stream into the thing.
Ludes is hauling ass, and he's like, gotta go, gotta get out of here, gotta get out of here, gotta get out of here.
Run, fucking run.
And like, as soon, okay, can I take over for a second?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. They're like, he didn't make it. And they start to leave on the boat. And then like, just as it's leaving, Ludes is like, ah! And he's running. And he's like, wait, you're gonna fucking leave me. And then he jumps and makes it just barely onto the boat in time. He's like, holy shit, what a rush. That thing was crazy. I saw this thing. It was made out of like a fucking 100 eyeballs. And I've never seen anything like that. But it never saw me. Oh my god.
We're fucking amazing.
I was just about to ask you about it.
High five.
No.
Why wouldn't you?
No, you don't do that kind of thing with that kind of thing. Are you out of your mind?
A little bit.
High fives. High five. This calls for high fives. I know I'm a little bit gross, but then high five and it leaves like it's scummy.
Actually,
You're like,
let you look at you like, what's a high five?
it's a little bit sticky. It's like sappy.
A high five is sticky. I don't think I want it. Thank you though.
It's not normally sticky. That's just me. I'm sorry.
Oh.
A little bit of vibe, but you're gonna need like a solvent.
No, thank you.
So we are making another clock here. It's going to be a 6-segment clock, and you just filled up 3 sections of it. This clock is going to be called No More Reinforcements. Reinforcements. So you are halfway to filling this up. So you've done enough in the north that you have started to interrupt what they're able to do, and are going to potentially turn things around in terms of whether or not they take Brightstone. So I'm going to put that right on top of the governor's mansion. And Dio. Is Lechusa going with them back across the river, or is that where you're going? Or are you sticking around in White Crown?
He'd want to stick around, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you have that conversation, and then the boat kicks off, and you and your small cadre of 4 gentlemen run back out into the streets. Where are you going?
Actually, what he would do is he would, as both Luth and Myri were talking, he would use his ghost key and go back.
Okay.
And he's going to meet in a discrete location that was preset prior to break-in.
Okay. Yeah, same as Lud saw, you do see that this large like spiraling eye centipede is patrolling the skies. But then you also see like several we'll say 1,000 spirits are being drawn both like from outside the city and from within. It's just the beginning of a storm of ghosts. But you meet up with these people, and what's your plan over here? What's Lechusa doing to fuck up people's days?
He's going to hit their water supplies. Essentially, he's going to start getting rid of infrastructure.
Okay. And okay, so yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
He wants to fuck up White Crown. He doesn't like the ghost field is not enough. Like there's gonna be after effects and when this matter is done, he's full on going to commit war crimes.
Very Siege 101.
Yeah. So we'll montage a series of war crimes. You're going to mess up the infrastructure.
Your war crime montage music, everyone.
Yeah. And maybe you'll start going after the lightning towers. Speed up the amount of boats that can come through.
Like it's going to be what it could be kind of like a path that they've already set, where he would hit the lightning towers, then the water supply, and then look for any kind of arms holds that they could try to infiltrate as well to ruin their weaponry as well.
Okay, I'm into it. So go ahead and give me a roll that's going to represent kind of all of this action. You have your saboteurs with you. Depending on what you choose to do, they can give you bonuses to the die, or you can have them do it in your place and you can go focus on other tasks.
For the lightning towers, he's going to send 2 of the saboteurs for them to take care of that.
Okay.
Water supply, I would feel he could leave that to one of them, and he'll have one specific person with him to help him with the weapons.
Okay, so we'll say the weapons for last. Let's do a fortune roll to see how well they do. They're rolling with 2 die. Actually, sorry, 3 die, because they are experts.
Okay, so 3 for fortune.
3 for fortune to see how well they do.
And then, how am I doing in stress? I have 2. I think I could be okay if I try to help them out, maybe with an attune roll, to try to help them get distractions from any kind of ghost or anything that would be in the area.
Yeah. So you kind of protect them from the spirits. Just take 2 stress and give them an additional die. So it's going to push it up to 4.
All right, let's roll it. Yes.
Success.
Fuck them lightning towers.
Yeah. So you point them out in the right direction. You give them some spirit being charms that work out really well. You even did like straight up defend them. Maybe murk some ghosts or command some ghosts away from them. It takes a bit of time, but this far north lightning tower eventually stutters out and goes down. You can even see it. Like if you're watching the bridge, when that happens, both sides just stop what they're doing and they look back as like that like vroom sound kind of rings out from there, and the lightning
shields are down.
And then we'll roll that over. You see that there's that one guy. He's kind of out. He's down in the maintenance tunnels below, and he's like clogging certain pipes and then reversing like certain valves. And then not only do you disrupting water, but you're actually causing like active sewage to leak into people's homes.
Oh, come on, Aaron. I know you can get
I
deeper.
just went to the bathroom. That's it.
Medusa's committing war crimes.
I was gonna say you leave for a minute and war crimes happen.
Oh, I thought you were describing what I was up to. I'm sorry.
No, so to give you a recap, Medusa has had 4 expert Tycherosi saboteurs attack the lightning towers, create a water sewage problem on top of the bomb you just set up.
Why?
Because the Empire
Was fucked
What?
Because
it's
we got a
gross. That's
clock.
why.
what this has done is it's filled up 2 more sections on the no more reinforcements clock.
Oh, cool.
We're gonna come back to you, Lechusa, in a second. We're gonna look at what's going on the bridge. Someone make a roll for the blue coats now that things have started to kind of turn.
Who's feeling lucky?
CJ.
Oh, he saw the face I made.
Not CJ. Anybody but CJ. CJ is the a number 1 top of the stack master of rolling low.
Except for when I get 6s, and then but you can't trust that. I got
To be fair, we've had 4 6s in a row. So
Yeah.
if you're feeling it, then go ahead.
All right.
But otherwise, I don't mind doing the second one.
rock paper scissors.
Oh my god. I hate this.
I was like, oh no.
All right,
Everything
it's
has
you
been
guys.
so cool, and now it's all real, and I hate that. Like every fucking roll is like incredibly consequential now, and I am nervous.
Well, good.
Yeah, thanks.
You know,
for
if I
doing
do it
You're
now,
really
I'm
doing
not
it.
gonna. No one's gonna have forced me to do it later. So how many dice am I rolling?
So you're gonna roll 3 dice for them.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
I'll take that 4. I'll
That's
take a
good
4.
enough. That's
I'll take
good
a
enough.
4.
Positive.
So they managed to get a little bit back on track. They don't make any progress up the bridge, but they start firing back, and the Imperial military is torn about what to do, because obviously they've been given orders to march south and to go into Brightstone and liberate the people there. But they also see that a lot of stuff is going wrong behind them, and it may be better for them. And in the confusion, bullets are flying across, and like the front line is starting to lose men. Mechanically, what happened is they only gained 1 The Imperial military only gained 1 pip on their 8-segment clock to take the bridge.
I like the idea of while this is happening, we're rowing back across.
Oh yeah, we're just so
Yeah.
chill rowing.
And just like there's all this like gunfire going on up there as we're like quietly rowing across, and like Luge is like, we gotta be quiet. They can't know we're down here. And then like a body falls and almost nails the little canoe that we're in. It's like,
I'm gonna be really honest, they probably cannot hear us over all these gunshots.
I don't want to take that chance.
This
You
is
ever
very
been
quiet.
shot? I
No, I'd
haven't.
like to keep
I'd
it
like to
that
keep
way.
it that way. I'd like to keep it that way.
So I love the juxtaposition of like this very quiet conversation. Like they can't know we're here. They just go up and it's like, man down, man down. Oh no!
Suppressive fire.
Go screeching above.
Like the whistling bomb flying across. Yeah, like no, it's all good.
Absolute hell's like, shh, keep your voice down.
I am keeping my voice down.
It's overt.
I want to check in at the library. Okay, over at the university. You can hear the sound of this thundering pounding of hooves as it gets closer and closer. Who is at the university? Just one name. Besides Daniel.
What the
Darius.
hell is all that noise? Sounds
Well,
like a
that
storm.
checks Mark.
Shiova is still there.
I heard thunder. I don't see any lightning. I take a peek. Everybody be cool.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And Marv steps outside, and it's like there's like nothing happening outside. It's just still, and like a little breeze blows by, and like it's a beautiful night.
It's a beautiful.
But then like you can hear it like off in the distance.
Yeah.
It's like the hell is it? And he looks around and then like can't find out what's going on until he walks around the building. He gets to the side of the building, he looks and he sees it off in the distance, like, oh, what the hell is that?
You remember James and the Giant Peach, the movie? When there's like that cloud, like that black cloud that takes the shape of a rhino and
Rhino?
it charges towards them.
Oh. Yeah.
Never seen it.
It's like that. Except that it's like this roiling green cloud of sickly spirit energy is just following over this like these dots in the horizon. But you do look around and you see that there are people that are sneaking. Marv's least favorite thing. You see people sneaking and they're like taking cover in the buildings of people. Like the people, your neighbors. They seem to have rifles.
Oh, sneaky covert guys.
Are they our guys?
They are not.
I would assume not.
They're like neighbors?
No. So like Six Towers is a series of dilapidated, abandoned buildings.
Yeah. I know that.
And it looks like people are like scaling the sides of these buildings and taking up and like kind of making like sniper nests, things like that. And there seems to be a lot of people prowling. Off in the distance, just a little bit further south, you hear an explosion. And
Well, that's not
Ethan or
good.
Adam, who wants to roll for Sawtooth?
Oh,
Oh, I want to roll Sawtooth.
yeah, get him.
Okay.
Eat 'em.
How many die does Sawtooth get?
Sawtooth is going to roll 4 die.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Because he's not a great doctor, but he fucking loves killing the Imperial Guard.
Ooh.
He sure does.
So you hear this explosion. We cut over to the outside of Sawtooth's Surgeries and Sundries. As the doors fly open and like 3 men sprawl out into the street, one of whom has like this acid on his face as he clutches and he tries to tear off his own skin. in order to seek relief. Sawtooth comes out with a cleaver that's about half the size of him. He's got like a gas mask on and 3 or 4 ether tanks on his back.
Oh my god.
He came in to party. Holy shit.
He has no idea what universe he's in.
Yeah.
He's doing work.
So much
40 years
foresight.
ago.
I really appreciate that about him.
Yeah. 40 years ago, when you, Drillbit, were hanging out in Scoveland, you know that Skovlani, the Skovlani military, one of their most prized military forces, the ones that kind of kept the Imperium at bay for so long, were what were known as Psychonauts.
Oh.
All right. But yes, you Marv can hear the sound of screams and the occasional explosion. And eventually you see some of these covert men sprinting down the street away from the south, where Sawtooth is making his way towards you slowly. But yeah, that's what's going on there. That's what you see, Marv. You may want to do something about this. I'm going to make a clock here so that we can set the stakes.
Oh boy.
Which is called...
Quick check, just because like I'm trying to picture everything in my head. And so when we've talked about this green cloud that is like the Emperor, that is separate from the... Is that separate from the naval boats that are coming in from like the west? That's like there's another cloud on the east from land that is like the Emperor.
Yeah, sorry, I keep getting my east and west mixed up. So coming from the east is this cloud and the cavalrymen, which is led by the Emperor.
Got it.
And they're coming,
the
and they're going to crash through 6 towers.
How? Well, they're beyond the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are they going to get across? There's water.
It's the Emperor. Oh.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't worry, we're
Yeah,
going to get there.
yeah.
We're going to get there.
But they're coming from that way. They're coming from beyond the fence.
They are coming from beyond the fence over to the east. Over to the
How are
west.
you going to get through the fence?
There's like this blue, like fire and lightning line kind of coming across, like all the way over here between Silkshore and Whitecrown. That did absolutely nothing to stop the ships. We just haven't revisited that scene just yet.
I've got that one queued up.
So I have made a clock called 6 Towers Overrun. It is a 6-segment clock. Marv, you are the first to see the problem. I mean, besides Sawtooth.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to do a thing here. Let's get that going. Like that. Alright.
Marv goes back in and looks at a book and is like, water! How does that work?
What is it? What is this stuff? Shit. If I know one thing, it's about how water... Wait, hold on. Where's Marv at? Look, I know a lot about water. You can't walk on it. It seems like these guys are walking. So, I'm not too worried. But, maybe they got some other plans I don't know about. Maybe they got magic. How the hell do you deal with that? Can't beat magic. Maybe I build barricades? No, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, fight them. I don't know how many I can fight. I can fight a bunch of guys. But I don't know if I can fight that many guys. Gotta make sure these people are safe. That's what they would say. I can talk.
That's what they would
That's what they would want. Keep these people safe that are here. We gotta make sure they're safe.
Okay.
Gotta team up with my pals. Any of the doctors are still around. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna stack up boxes. We're gonna make sure that this big old hole in the wall is fortified. Protect the people.
Okay.
At least
and let
two
the
layers of
record and
cardboard.
foresight show that he can punch ghosts.
I'll punch you, ghost. I'll punch your ghost right out of your face. Who? I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll punch it.
Okay,
You got a face, I'll punch it.
we'll start with your role there. So you're gonna protect the people, and that's where your focus is gonna be.
Yep.
What are you gonna roll for that? That'll change how I describe it.
Well, let's take a look at the old character sheet here. What's the opposite of wreck?
Tinker.
Is it wreck? I guess command. He's gonna command.
Okay.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna start issuing order like, hey, yeah, you people that are hiding, cowering. Hey, a better idea. Hey, get to work. I know you're scared, but are you more scared of whatever, or are you more scared of me? Huh?
All right.
Look, here's what you're gonna do. We're gonna take all the interior doors and you pull them off the hinges. We're gonna stack them up. We're gonna build up a barricade over here. I don't know how to do it, but you look pretty smart. You figure it out. If you don't figure it out, we're gonna have problems. You don't want to have problems with me.
I love it. So go ahead and give me that roll. You can push yourself. If anyone wants to pitch in with an assist, I'll remind Ethan that Vay has the ability to offer 2 assists for free.
Really should be chiming in with those ones a little more often.
No worries. It's one of those
Jeez.
things where like there's a lot of abilities and stuff going on. It's easy to forget
Well,
stuff.
And like the last 6 rolls have gone really well, and there's an amount of like, well, you've got 4 die. Like I'm not going to interject myself here, but
But yeah, I will offer
I'll take it.
a devil's bargain. Devil's bargain is that Saw.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
I have to, by the rules, tell you what it is before you take it.
Okay.
Sawtooth's
Okay.
rampage has caused some of the people to seek refuge in the university specifically. So you will have to actually deal with like a smaller threat, like a less esoteric general threat.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and give yourself an extra die for that.
Okay. I'm feeling good about this.
Okay.
okay. I'm like, you let me know.
Standard
you
risky?
Want to die. Yeah.
No, I'll let you hang on to that, but don't forget about him.
Um,
Risky standard. What do we got?
I'm actually going to do this is desperate, and it's a good idea, and you've got help, so it's going to be for great effect.
Greatly desperate. Here we go. Come on, baby.
Baby, yo!
Gixxer!
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah. So you're getting stuff moving. You're helping lift these doors and just the things you get, like the anything you can find, random like trees that you're just felling and throwing out in front of the gates. Yeah, they're all like old and dead trees, anyways. But you managed to. Like,
I was thinking like interior doors and bookshelves.
Yeah, you start doing that. Daniel's not happy that you're taking his bookshelves away, but
Sit down, nerd.
I will not be happy either. My books!
and so
The books are fine. The
And-
shelves
and-
are fucked.
If I could add anything, could we have the drape that's used to be what used to be the cover for our little hide spot, be like a flag banner that's hanging outside as they're barricading everything?
Oh yeah, it's flapping in the wind for sure. It's
Bless.
still there, but now there's barricade behind it. And it says, written on the banner says, "I assure you, we are fortified."
Absolutely. However, you hear the sounds of slaughter, cackling laughter, from a recognizable voice.
What?
And just as you're throwing up the last few bookshelves and stuff like that, you see 2 of these Imperial Guardsmen. They're wearing dark maroon uniforms, but they have the epaulets, and they're also armed. Come scrambling through and try and hide, and then they look up and they see you and the others, like the rest of the dockers that are helping set this up.
Look, you got 2 choices. Either you're gonna hunker down and you're gonna use those guns to help us out, or I'm gonna feed them to you. You go either way. I prefer that I feed them to you. but I'll give you a chance. Chance that nobody ever gave me, except for Vay. I don't know if you know who he is. He's a good guy. You should look him up. He gave me a chance, and I'm going to give you a chance, because that's what he would have given you. For me. Yeah. So look. You gonna do it? Or do you want to eat that gun?
We're gonna set the well, I guess what are you rolling? What are you rolling? It sounds like you're commanding them.
It does. It does sound like that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be desperate for limited effect.
Alright, I'm pushing it for standard.
Okay. But don't forget to mark XP for any desperate rolls.
Yep.
There's been a few.
You better fucking believe I am.
Oh yeah.
Come on, baby. Come on. No! Fuck
The
me, it's
worst
a fight.
outcome.
Yeah.
Second
You are
worst.
used
It's
to,
two
you're
I mean,
and,
this is
and
yeah,
one.
this is Marv's wanted outcome anyway.
that's
So.
that's a 2 and 2 ones. That's a fail. And I think the way it comes across, you are used to dealing with the street people that live in Duskfall. And even though there's only 2 of them, and they seem scared of this highly trained psychonaut that's like storming down the street, you're nothing in comparison to the stuff that they've had to fight.
It's just this tough
The one
guy
stands
from
up.
the docks. Yeah. It's nothing.
Yeah, he stands up. He kind of chucks the rifle onto his shoulder and just like one smooth motion, cracks it across the bridge of your nose. You're gonna take a level 1 harm. You can pop armor or resist that roll if you like. That consequence if you like.
Well, Marv is going to go heavy load. And he's going to go, in this case, given what's going on here, we're going to go, how do I make this work properly?
What are you trying to do?
He's gonna catch it with.
I'm
He's gonna catch
trying
it with
to
his teeth.
equip the heavy armor. There it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got the heavy armor, and he's also got his his scary weapon or tool, which are the mitts. But I'm checking off the box. They're scary because, man, his hands are huge. So, I've got heavy armor, which says the addition of chainmail, metal plates, and a metal helm. So he's still topless.
Yeah.
Still topless, but man, he is wearing like he went through the anthropology department, and he's like decked out in like super ornate, barely fits his giant body leg armor, and like a helmet that's like it's like a imagine like a Roman helmet with like the crest. I think it's called a crest on the top, the plume. But like it's too small for his head, so it's sitting on top of his head, like one of those douchebags who wears a hat, like sitting on top of their head.
Yeah.
He's all like, "All right, that's how it's gonna be," and he hits him, and it knocks the helmet off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he hits you. The other one grabs one of the weeping ladies that was helping to move some stone, and holds a pistol to her head.
Can I jump in now?
Yes.
Shiova would love to ghost form swoop in on the guy grabbing the lady and
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, mango
Fuck yeah,
him.
dude.
Gonna
Mango
swoop
him.
in and fuck up his day.
So
It's like
he's
an
holding this
all-you-can-eat
girl
buffet.
hostage, and the two of them start to kind of move back and create some space between you. And all of a sudden, Shiova arrives. What's she?
Shaking like the
Freaking
puppy with a
banshee, just immediate like cackling evil maniac, just swoops out of the building and swoops straight at the guy.
The guy
Oh, it's a ghost.
Like
just
that's
to set
a
the
tune.
stakes, it happens to be CJ, aka Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh no.
Hey yo.
Worlds collide.
But yeah, go ahead and make your roll there.
It's
Tell me what. Oh,
A
go ahead.
tune, because I'm gonna try to possess
Possess him. Okay.
him.
If you're trying to possess him because you're good at it,
Yeah.
it's gonna be risky because they're not expecting it and they're not well protected against it.
Mhm.
For I'm gonna say limited effect. There's a lot that could go wrong here.
Okay.
Oof. Push it for good for the regular.
I've only got 3.
Yeah, but if
Dude.
you eat someone, then you just clear.
That's true. I am gonna eat him.
Yeah.
There you
This-
go.
this man is
What's
getting
the
eaten,
problem?
that's
What's
true.
the problem?
Oh, yeah,
Just
we'll-
gobble that dude.
Push it.
Would I be able to assist with a tune from that far of a distance through the water?
She's
yes,
we're not part
at
of the
a cost
water.
of 1 additional stress, so it'd be 3 stress incoming to you.
She's not part of the water.
Oh, that's true.
Shiovan is never dunked, and Carissa was never dunked.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Wait,
To be fair,
was
I would
Marv
allow
dunked?
it to happen, and
Absolutely, Marv's on there.
Marv all of a sudden just gets a really good idea. Like I'm happy.
I
to
gotta
do
punch him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
that. Okay.
I'll take the 3 stress.
Yeah, so you
Give it the
take
extra
you
die.
take the stress, but Marv is going to do the action. But it'll be like one of those things where you just put an idea into Marv's head, and he's like, "Yeah, I should do that."
Oh,
Sneeze.
here's what it is. Here's what it is. Timing is right for Marv to kick the dude in the pills so that he goes, and as he does that, that's when Shiova gets up in that dude.
Okay.
Right in the mouth. Just
Okay, so go ahead and make your
Look like
tune roll.
spaghetti.
Give yourself.
Okay, that's still +1, +2. Because are they aiding or?
They're not. They're
Oh, I
aiding
took the
to
stress.
increase effect, right? You're assisting to give her an.
Okay,
additional
so that's
die.
just added to standard then. Okay.
Wait. Sorry, assisting only gives
Wait.
you a die, so it's still for limited effect, but you have an additional die.
Okay.
but
so
you
2
can
die.
push to turn it into standard with the extra die.
Oh, okay. So I could either have
Yeah.
+1 die in standard or 2 die in limited. Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
I'll do
Yeah.
+1 and standard.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome.
Can I make it look like the Stone Cold Stunner?
Sure.
I don't know what that is. Sure, whatever you say.
I love it. I'm glad that you don't know what it is and you're still
4.
letting me do. Oh,
Okay.
that's still pretty decent.
Okay. Myri. They are well trained enough that they know what happened, and there's no harm coming anyone's way, but the situation is going to get a little worse. The other guy who wasn't holding onto Catherine Zeta-Jones immediately recognizes what happens, and in order to stop you from eating his friend or like turning against him, shoots him in the head.
Oh.
You are inside this body, and it just drops, and like a sleeve, it just falls off of you.
Oh, weird. like
Who's
that.
next, buddy?
I'm like, there's like that naked moment for 1 second where it's like, my body.
She's going to cover her boobies and crotch. She's like, for just a
And
moment.
the part where it gets worse, just right before we go to break, is you go to move on the other one, the last one that's standing, and you feel like a almost like a skeletal hand just grip your spine, your ghostly spine.
What?
You
What?
turn around and you see the spirit of the man that just got shot is holding on to you.
Oh.
Why? Why does he know how to do that?
Badass.
I'm gonna have to punch that ghost.
And with all that being said, we'll just take a short break. We need some RC Cola up in this bitch. That's me. I'm the bitch.
Oh man.
But yeah, we'll take a short break here, guys, and we'll see you soon. Enjoy this advertisement. Speaking of Dead Sisters, it's time to get back to Blades in the Dark.
What?
I
the
hope you started
fuck?
when you come back from the ad because speaking of Dead Sisters. I hope
Yes.
Oof.
Ethan pointed out just before we came back to break that I made a mystery roll, but it's not a mystery roll. Shiova is contending with some military members who are fully willing to die for the cause, and Marv is having trouble intimidating them into doing what he wants them to do. Over on the I want to get it right. It's called the Bowmore Bridge. It's the bridge that connects the north of Brightstone to the south of White Crown. the Imperial military, though they're a bit confused and some of them are broken rank, they're still trying to push forward. Though the tides seem to be moving more and more in the Bluecoats' favor as they make some progress. In fact, Darmit himself, as much as we don't like the guy, managed to shoot 6 men with the revolver.
With the missing fingers?
Well, he's shooting with his offhand. He's been training. So there we go. But yes, he managed to unload all 6 bullets in his revolver into the heads of 6 different people. He has a moment. He blows the smoke off it. He's like, "Yeah, okay, I'm still good. I'm still good." And then he quickly. I want to check in with Vey. Vey hasn't made an appearance yet. Where's that guy hanging out? What's he doing?
So Vey is actually, he's currently hanging out at the north shore of, or the northern part of Silk Shore at the northern channel. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to stop those boats. And so what Vey has done is gone through and with the help of the Weeping Ladies is going to... So here's my idea. Let me kind of go through and pitch it in. But what I was thinking is we're going to go and take a bunch of Leviathan husk and body parts and dump them into the river in order to create a awful fested kind of amalgamation of parts, and then going to attune in order to try to summon or incur some amount of eldritch horrors from the waters deep below in order to prevent boats from coming in.
Guys, he's summoning the Kraken.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I love it. There's a couple things you're going to need to do mechanically. So, I am willing to say that the Leviathan hunters, one of them knew this thing. So you don't have to do the whole process of researching how to do this. You will need to spend 1 coin to acquire an asset, which is whatever you need to get this done. So the Leviathan body parts. So drop a coin for that.
Sounds good.
You are going to have the assistance of your cohorts, or are you having the assistance of the actual faction, the Weeping Ladies?
Ooh, I hadn't actually thought of that. What is the faction? The faction is tier 2. Why don't we do the assistant? Well, no, let's do the faction. And actually, is there a better faction to pull in then? Because I was thinking them as
yeah, I actually think they're probably going to stick around to their side. I mean,
we could do the Dockers.
Yeah, I mean they're just floating stuff out. You're doing the ritual. So yeah, go ahead and do that. So we'll say that it's going to, you want to do an attune roll.
Yeah.
Going to be desperate for standard effect. It's going to do what you want it to do if you succeed. But I'm willing to offer you a devil's bargain. Which is that, and I think this makes sense. I would be mad if you didn't take it. I'm just kidding. You are going to have no control over what this does other than where it shows up.
Oh. Yeah. I think they would absolutely take that. It's, there could be other effects that happen, but hey, we're a little vicious now. So if someone gets hurt, I think that's just part of the plan.
We'll deal with Godzilla later. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah, we cut to our dockers, the ones, or like not our dockers, but like the actual faction, the dockers. They've floated out some buoys of these different Leviathan parts, and then they shoot them with rifles in order to sink them at the right time into the center of the channel here. Go ahead and give me that attune roll. Again, it is desperate for standard effect.
All right.
Give yourself
I'm actually
+1 die.
Desperate for standing.
Yeah, give yourself a +1 die because of the Devil's Bargain.
Anything with the assets you got, or that's
Well, it's only possible because of the assets.
because you got the assets. Okay.
That's fair. And I'm actually going to throw out Rook's Gambit, which allows me to roll a different set for this, a different attribute instead of my attune. And so I'm going to do Consort. And the Consort with that is that beforehand, Vey has gone to a very seedy shop. Maybe actually the what are the sisters? The Dimmer sisters.
Dimmer.
So Vey went to the Dimmer sisters beforehand and kind of just got a scroll package of, summon Eldritch horrors, just all together in a neat little package to just kind of like, put out instead of having to, build it himself.
Okay. I'm into it. All right, go ahead and give me that roll. All right.
Oof. All right.
It's a partial success. What that means is that the Doc's Lost tracker is not going to move up, but something bad's going to happen here. One, there's going to be a weird backlash that goes on here. Your skin is going to start to burn and literally flake off like ash.
What the fuck?
Like you are being burnt, like a 5th degree sunburn.
Ooh,
They don't go up to 5. They don't go up that high.
It's bad then.
Yeah.
It's just black.
You have incoming is a level 3 harm called Scorned by God.
Oh,
Sorry. That's only level 3? Oof.
Yeah, no,
keeping him alive on purpose.
Ouch.
Yeah, now you can resist any consequence in the
Ouch.
game.
Ooh. To lower that?
Yes. And
Yeah,
so
we'll resist that one. At level 3 harm feels pretty resistible.
okay. And you could also use armor or something like that if you wanted. To reduce it even further. So to bring it all the way down to a level 1.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Think about that while I describe what happens to these boar boats. So the boats are coming through. These buoys have gone. They've sunk. You're doing your chants and consorting, and you have some people with you that are kind of helping you, and they're starting to get into it. You feel like the powerful heat of the sun, though you can't see it, and it's starting to like physically burn you, and parts of your skin are turning black and flaking off like ash. You can resist that, of course, but it does work. You see a large set of teeth, monolithic, probably about as tall as a 7-story building, emerge out of the water, grab one of the boats, and just close around it and bring it down into the water.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Guys, I'm not having fun anymore.
Vey, you hear the laughter. You've heard the laughter before in your dreams. Even sometimes when you find yourself reading or writing a journal. It's this like low laughter. And you just have a moment where you recall, like, this is like a very intense feeling of like when you've had those visions of like being outside on a sunny day.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps your god is displeased that you have chose to consort with others. But it does
Self.
work. And so, we actually, I'm gonna have to make a second clock here. Got a lot of clocks going around the table, guys.
This is like the most clock heavy session, and it's
is.
working because I'm feeling the stress of like, oh, we haven't done anything about that clock.
So we have 2 8-section clocks over here in the docks area. One is called the Docks Lost, and one is called Navy Retreat.
I don't. Oh, there it is.
Both are 8-segment clocks. The Docks Lost is at 3 out of 8. Navy Retreat, because of that partial success, is at 2. The rest of the boats begin to slow down, and you see like some forms kind of moving around on the thing. You see people kind of like you would assume Jacob Bridgewater has in the past. In fact, Jacob Bridgewater, you're close enough that you can see this as well. You see some people with similar arcane abilities to yourself preparing spells, and you can see like storm clouds forming above the masts of these ships.
Oh boy.
Okay. And we're going to go back to the library, back to the university. Where's Carissa?
She's probably still in the building with all the other
Okay.
because we're still close to the library, right? So I think she's inside with the
Okay. So everyone, especially on the west side of the city, but everyone throughout the city can kind of hear like this ominous hymn. Like as the sounds are getting louder, that like thunderous cacophony of hooves is getting louder. It sounds like a hymn, like a Gregorian chant almost. However, Carissa, you understand the words.
That's right.
Oh,
shit.
This is a chorus of spirits. They are singing like Greek tragedy theater style, offering a warning for those that the Emperor is approaching. It for you sounds as if they are in the room very quietly, singing to you, like as if you could maybe even speak with them.
oh, weird.
Oh man, like okay. So are you saying I can talk to them?
You can try. You can do anything you set your heart to. Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can do it.
So wait, like I'm just trying to understand. Like, are the spirits like? Because I thought like the thunderers, like
Okay.
George.
You know what? I was
I thought that was
being vague.
part of the emperor. So like I didn't know if that was
Well,
like
that's
the
what
emperor
everyone
making that
else
noise, or
thinks.
is it like?
But
Okay.
you actually hear as if like they are in the room with you. The immortal emperor is arriving. It is not safe for you here. You will join us unless you leave.
To ask.
Kill him.
What?
How do you kill him?
Whisper, don't make a sound.
Ask if it bleeds.
Here, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
How will they arrive? How will they cross the river?
Yeah, burning question.
The emperor and his men know no bounds. No force of nature can stop their march. And Shiova, you cut to you like escaping the Unity Wars when you see the cavalrymen, not even the Emperor, the cavalrymen themselves. They scale mountains like it's nothing. And when they do hit water, they just run straight across the surface.
Oh.
Fuck. Well, there goes
I
that
was
plan.
wondering if you were gonna use water walk as as the ability to. It's like, how do they get through the river? And you're like, over it.
Walk on the fucking
It is
ocean.
magic.
dude.
Fucking walk on it.
These are
Marv
magic
knew it.
horses, bro.
Jesus walks.
So I think we gotta try that oil on the water trick again. Burn all the water again. I think we gotta try that trick again. Shit. Okay.
You can hear it. You don't have to say anything, or if you want to take a moment and think about it while we see if Shiova and Marv are getting
Yeah.
hurt or
me think
laying
about
out
that.
some hurt. So we left right before the break there. Shiova had possessed a man, and in response, his compatriot, without hesitation, levied a rifle to his friend's head and blew it off.
Kaboom.
You stand unaffected by the bullet. However, as you go to lash out at this other man, you feel like the claws of like a rival spirit just grip you like through, and they're almost holding on to you by the spine. Not that weird for ghosts. It's a very intimate experience.
Marv would like to punch that ghost.
Okay.
He hasn't gotten to punch a ghost yet, but he
Punch
can.
the ghost. Punch
And
the
he,
ghost.
he has told everyone he can, and he wants to prove it.
This is the opportunity he's been waiting for.
This is it. It's all
This is
come
it.
down to this. The whole thing has been set up for this. Just like the entirety of BoJack Horseman, all whatever 5 seasons was just a setup for, hey, why the long face? So let's go.
Yes. So yeah, go ahead and give me that roll. It's gonna be
Skirmish for sure.
yeah.
Skirm for sure.
I'm gonna make it desperate, but I'm gonna make it for standard effect because of your ghost hands ability.
Okay, I've got a scary weapon.
Okay.
Not increase harm in combat. That doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the scary weapon is the mitts. So he's gonna go like, the trick is you gotta move real slow.
Okay, I'll
Watch a
say this.
ghost.
On a
He's gonna-
success, it will have an impact on the other person. The scary
Fuck yeah.
the weapon.
I'm pushing it. And that push puts him at maximum stress. Not
Okay.
over,
But at
but
max.
at the max.
Okay. So we'll push that up to great. Desperate for great effect.
Let's get great. Here we go.
Okay, great.
All right.
Boxcars, baby!
This is
Oh!
a critical success.
Yeah!
Yeah,
Shiova,
punch
you
that-
feel this thing grip your spine, and as you go to look around it, you just see Marv and have at it, Adam. What does
Oh,
Marv
dude, he
do?
just- he's
That's
like-
so terrifying
he goes-
that the other man shits himself, literally.
He goes, hey, the trick is you gotta move real slow. And he goes, oh. And he punches the ghost, and like it works. That's the thing that's terrifying. It works, and he hits this ghost slow moving. It's like the slow knife from fucking Dune, and he punches this thing, and it just rips through this ghost, and the ghost screams and shreds to pieces, and just detonates, and it sends like reverberating ghost force energy into the other guy, and he feels his buddy just dying again. And just like all, and what it is it's the sense of betrayal from being murdered by this guy that hits him, and he feels that betrayal that he inflicted on this other person he just killed rebounding into himself, and realizes, and it goes through, and these guys were best friends. since they were 6 years old. And it's just like in his head, it replays like all of these memories, them like at the playground, and like one of them's being pushed around by some other dude, and then the other guy comes up and punches that other dude in the mouth and lifts him up off the ground. They shake hands, and like the son's behind that bigger dude, and they become friends. And it's them going through high school and him helping him with like homework and shit like that. And then like they, you know, like they have this thing where one of them like falls in love with this girl, and they're very excited, and then like the girl breaks the guy's heart, and then they like, you know, they come together and they steal like one of their dad's beers and drink beer about it, and like all of that stuff comes together, and then it just melts like acid of the betrayal, and all that's left behind is just the vision of the bullet hole in his head, and then it just wrecks him.
All right. And so,
and then Marv's like, ha ha, it worked.
Yeah. It's going to be that you are free to eat that man if you want, Sheila.
Oh yeah, like she like it wasn't just like a call. Like, oh, what do you want? She, like it was like he was being kept in place for him to slowly punch him, but like they were like two dogs over a scrap of meat, just like clawing and shrieking at each other, and only to watch. And like as it like starts to dissipate, she's just like shoveling that thing in her mouth. Just like, just it is like full feral mode.
This guy has this
That
whole
ghost
moment.
got. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. That guy, his last moments are like the feeling of betrayal, and then seeing his friend with the bullet hole in his head and like tears in his eyes, and then he kind of comes to reality just in time to see Shiova eat his face.
Oh yeah,
Ew.
dude, and like he's like loose meat, like a sloppy Joe. Like he blows up, and it's just these delicious morsels everywhere, and just plucking them.
Like a 10-year-old in a golden corral.
It's delicious. Ooh, it's the betrayal. It's so sweet.
All right.
Savory.
Mark off that gloom.
All right. And then who wants to roll for Skurlock?
Not it.
I'll do it.
That was my luck. That was it. It's gone.
gotta be you, Dio.
Yo, you got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I was gonna say it's
guy.
absolutely fucking mandatory that I roll this for Skurlock.
Skirl
Let's
it.
go.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Skurlock will be rolling 5 dice.
Yikes!
Oh, you got if you let me down on 5 dice, I am going to go pee upstairs.
Is it bad that I'm hoping he doesn't succeed?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It really fucking is.
Kind of our front line.
Oh my
Son of a bitch! I'm gonna go pee.
Fucking way!
What the fuck?
No, Adam, come
Oh
back.
my god,
Okay.
5 die that
I
tally
manifest
to
destiny
10.
the shit out of this.
Nothing
Oh
higher than a
my
3.
god.
While this is happening, by the way, I just clicked off half of 6 Towers overrun.
Ugh.
Lord
Oh
Skurlock
my
exits the coffee shop. Very calmly, he has a book. It's closed and he's holding it in his right hand. He steps out onto the outside of the canal on Oil Road, staring out as the cavalry come closer. The Emperor lets out a loud shout that kind of, as much fun as that scene where Marv and Shiova fucked over those soldiers, it's just immediately overshadowed by this shout that just sends like a chill through everybody's spine in the entirety of the 6 Towers district all at once. And the lightning towers all turn off.
Oof.
The sound of the thundering hooves becomes like a slosh, like almost like a tidal wave as they enter into the canal. Lord Skurlock opens this book. And he doesn't even open the book. He holds it in his hand upright and the pages flip themselves. He finds the page and he slams the book shut. And the waters themselves like sink and cave and grow up to be like this towering thing. And they go to like start crashing down, and like they're like, it looks like it's like these tendrils of like shadowy black water are about to like consume or even tear apart these cavalry. And the Emperor says loudly, so that everybody in the district can hear, He just says, "No, thank you." And the water just falls like rain. Back
He's so
into the
polite.
You know what? I'd vote for him. He's so polite.
And
Damn it.
the cavalry have burst into the scene. They have entered into the district. Houses are being trampled by these 9-foot tall horses.
Look at the riding moose.
No, these are just giant horses. Again, they are magic horses. And we're missing Adam, so we won't check in with Lutz, but let's check in with Lechusa. Lechusa, you were up to some sabotagery.
Absolutely.
You might want to finish it up because
Got like
I know-
3 or 4 other fires we're
No
dealing
more
with right now.
responses. Yeah.
the good news
Lechusa-
is Lechusa, you started up here at the north of White Crown. And then you went over here, you had some work done over here. If you head far enough south, you might be able to also help out with these boats.
Oh, that's the plan. Okay. So the goal is to hit the armory. Where would the armory be located?
We're gonna say it's all the way down here.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So going through with his other cohort here, the last person that he has with, they're going to infiltrate into the armory and essentially start how would I put it? To kind of describe what would the Empire's weaponry be? Would it be like walking into the armory?
So you're gonna see a lot of very high quality rifles, swords, cannons, some very basic artillery, like pre-World War I artillery.
Okay, so they would have a lot of gunpowder in here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna rig it.
Are we rigging the building?
He's using his ghost key specifically Lechus is using his ghost key. The other cohort is sneaking around and helping keep distractions while they essentially start to get everything ready to blow it to King Newcomb.
Okay. What are you rolling for that? We're gonna do it as one action roll here. So what are you rolling?
For Lechusa, it would be an attune roll, given that he's using his key.
Okay. You have your last expert cohort there with you, so you can give yourself +1 to that roll.
Okay.
But it's going to be for limited effect. You're not going to be able to direct where this is exploding.
That's absolutely okay.
Yep. Yeah.
And this is risky?
This is desperate.
Desperate, sorry. Can I get a tick?
Yeah. And then is anyone assisting? Is anyone pushing themselves?
And would anybody like to help me blow up a armory?
What?
Absolutely.
Why?
They
What?
beforehand would have gone through and made some amount of connections to have made it so that before doing this heist, Lechusa has on him plans for the armory, a detailed enough layout of
So that's
what's
enough
going on.
to push you for an additional die. Now, a setup action would be something you could do to improve effect if you want to say have some of these weapons. Right now you're going to lose all of them.
I love where your mind's at, Aaron. That's great. Why don't we do a setup action? We've got a bunch of Taikarosi with us, don't we?
I'm using a few of them now, yeah.
Yeah, you're using them now, but we haven't really seen Drillbit yet. This could be something that he was doing. Is setting up like a little artillery field.
Artillery.
It could be something that Vey has set up beforehand, and some doctors are manning it.
Even Lechusa could be using his ghost key to take weapons, take them out, move them out, and just keep kind of like using that to just kind of keep funneling as much weapons as they can, and take enough for themselves, but leave enough for them to cause havoc in the
absolutely.
armory.
So if Lechusa is doing it, then I would encourage you to push yourself for greater effect. If someone wants to make a setup action, then that's different, and then that itself can resolve, and potentially you could have like a whole artillery line, like firing at the ships or something. Don't think too hard on it. Just it's a yes/no proposition, guys.
I say yes.
Okay. So why don't you push yourself to go from limited to standard effect, and that way you can take some of the stuff. We'll say that you can pull out like a single artillery thing that you can control. And give me that roll there, Dio.
So it's a +2 modifier and in standard effect as well, or
no, it's not a +2 modifier. Vey assisted you, so you get a +1.
Yeah,
and it's standard effect.
And then because I have the assistance from the other.
Oh yes, that's right.
Okay, so 2 die, desperate, standard. Let's see where it goes.
Okay, you got
Yes!
success. So you leave him to actually setting up the explosives, and you see him kind of with his wicked grin as he's like laying out these lines of gunpowder, and you are starting to like move ammunitions through the ghost field down to the hill below to the south where the shore is, and then as you finally kind of get out the last of it, you see him skittering down the hill, and the building just erupts like a volcano, spilling out like stone and ash. As the smoke clears, you just see like swirls of spirits, and you hear screams up to the north as citizenry are both combating the fact that their houses are flooding with raw sewage, and then ghosts are entering their home and eating their children.
Holy shit.
Things happen.
And that is enough that there are to be no more reinforcements for this battle at the bridge.
Woo!
And I will very quickly roll to see how well the Bluecoats do to push back.
Partial.
Yeah, a partial success means it stays where it is. They're still in the throes of battle. It doesn't seem like either side is making or losing ground right now. Lechusa, you have some weapons there, and you're kind of here at the far south. You can see that these ships are coming through, though you also managed to witness that one of them is eaten by some sort of leviathan creature with monolithic jaws just full of like rows and rows of sharp razor teeth as it pulls one of the ships into the ocean.
Is this the thing that I saw from the distance?
No, that happened at the same time that you got down. So like you finish the ritual, and then this thing comes up and eats the ship, and then you see an explosion across the channel there, Vey.
Mm-hmm.
This is all kind of happening at the same time. We're gonna go back out east, because the cavalry have crossed the river.
How did they get through the fence?
They turned it off.
Turn it off.
They turned it off?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And they just marched across the water. Lord Skurlock was about to like attack them, like kind of like Lord of the Rings Wraith style, like just like have the river wash them away. Actually attack them with the water, and the Emperor very politely just said no thank you.
Oh. Cool. I like that.
Now there's 9 foot horses and 6 towers.
Okay.
So Marv and Shiova, you hear like this cacophonous sound as like the cavalry have entered the district. You can hope bury your head in the sand and hope that they just pass by you, which is what the Bluecoats were hoping. You can move on, but I am going to have the Weeping Ladies make a fortune roll to see if they survive. Unless one of you would like to roll it. Actually, yeah, one of y'all roll it.
I feel like this should go to CJ.
Okay.
Give them
No.
that.
No.
I understand. I gave them their thing back.
Yeah, I guess it's up to you. Just don't
be
do
skeptical.
your
Believe.
CJ
You
thing.
gotta believe. If you're gonna manifest destiny like High Dice Skurlox.
Just pretend you want to roll low.
Because you returned it, they are back up to a tier 2 faction. Because you returned their deity to them. So go ahead and roll 2 die. Anyone is welcome to assist at this point in time as well.
I would think the Weeping Ladies would have the most tears of all.
So,
All right, that's it. Go on.
I
I'll see
don't know
myself.
how this would go in, but I had an idea for something for Carissa to do. I don't know if she'd be able to pull it off, but
Let's see what happens.
she wants to make a plea to the ghosts.
Okay. Yeah, and actually, to be honest, like since the barriers are down, the spirits, like it's the cavalry, but the spirits are also entering the district again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we can cut to Carissa, who's standing by the window and holding conference with a series of ghosts.
Okay, let me. Please, I hear all of you. You're in pain and you're all mad at the Emperor. He snuffed out all of your lives. But what do you have to lose now? He already took your lives. Why don't you fight back against him? I felt the pain of someone who's lost her life because of the Imperial. I know that you all feel pain and are upset and mad. Turn your anger against him.
Okay. So we had a deal with Carissa because you were playing with two Carissas. Carissa's whole thing is that she has 0 pips in everything.
Yes.
But she has one special ability.
That's her thing? That's
she
the
has
worst thing I've ever heard of.
But the other thing that she has is that she has the special ability Ghost Voice, which means she can speak with demons and ghosts as if they were people.
Yeah, but like really poorly.
And so this is going to be desperate for limited effect. Normally it'd be no effect to just talk to a ghost. Now, I'm going to offer you a devil's bargain.
Okay.
Oh boy. Take it.
The devil's bargain is that you will become host to multiple spirits.
Oh, that doesn't sound that bad.
the Chuzo approves.
Maybe. Yeah, we already got one of those.
Like permanently?
Yes.
Yes, permanently.
Honestly, permanently is like one more episode.
Have implications on her retirement.
Yeah.
That would push you to standard effect. Or sorry, no, that would give you an additional die. You could also push yourself to increase effect.
Or somebody else could help long distance.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Not you.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming Zve is what Adam's implying. Yeah.
Am I winking loud
Do you want to do that?
Winking as
CJ?
hard as I can.
Right beforehand, you have like the reach out to ask Faye very politely. It's like, hey, not that you care or anything, but like if you wanted to, I don't know, maybe help out with this one thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Let the unspoken love betwixt the two of them fuel this ritual.
Yeah, I will push it.
Okay. So
Okay.
we'll push it for greater effect. You're gonna get a +1 die for the Devil's Bargain. I don't know if you actually took that.
I'm thinking. Would she do it? That's where I'm at. Would she?
I mean, roleplay wise, I think it would be that there's like one particular spirit, kind of like Shiova, both vengeful and sapient. And they say, you would make a wonderful host. Would you share the likes of me?
I guess Chris is gonna be a cheating hoe. She'll take it.
Okay.
Ooh, letting them in. Open for business.
Yeah. At this moment, this person is actually like a very, very ancient spirit, much older than Shiova. This person lived during the era in which the Severosi were conquered over about 400 years ago. He was a horse lord in his life.
Like a horse that owns land?
No, he's a lord that rode horses and fought ghosts with their hands.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, like Severosi are a lot like the Dothraki in the way that they fight.
Okay. I was hoping it was like a BoJack Horseman situation. Can we bring up BoJack Horseman 2 more times this episode?
We can. I'll do it on the outro.
All right, good.
So that's 1.
Okay, so that's +1 for the Devil's Bargain. Was Vey helping?
Would you like to?
I
Absolutely.
didn't know. It was...
Yeah. So that's 3 stress to assist there, Vey. Or 1 stress and your foresight. But I don't know if you foresaw this happening.
Yeah, I don't know if this could be foresight.
Oh, but if this is waters, you can't help her through the water. She didn't get dunked.
Carissa, it's one of those things where there's enough people here who have been that
Okay.
like he could.
Marv is right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Marv is right there, and Marv is gonna reach out and be like, "They got through. It's happening. People here are in danger. I don't know what to do about it. We built a wall, but the wall's not gonna stop these ghosts. We need something else.
And
I can punch ghosts, but I can only punch so many. I got these 2 hands. There's a lot more than 2 ghosts. I could probably kill 17, but I think there's more than that."
Okay, so what do we got for the roll? So it's +1 desperate. The effect is standard.
It's going to be standard because you pushed yourself.
Okay.
And then it's a +2 die total.
+2. Okay.
Yep. So you're rolling 1
2 die. Oh, okay.
because you started at 0.
I'm rolling on consort, which I have 0 pips on, just to make it easy.
Oh wait, +2 is 2. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're good. 2 die.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Come on, baby.
Come on, Carissa.
Oh,
A 5.
Nice.
Partial.
Close enough.
Okay, you are going to take a bane. A serious complication occurs. Shiova will never be able to possess you again. The spirit will not allow you to slip from its grasp.
Ooh, you've been evicted. I don't know what that means for you, but it doesn't sound good.
You
as Aaron always reminds, you can resist.
yes, you can resist any consequence in the game.
Do it. Resist it. Come on. You can roll a 6 on a 6-sided die.
I guess I'm resisting.
Kick that ghost to
Let's
the
take that
curb.
gloom. Let's get that gloom up in here. She hasn't
Gloom
got
it
gloom
up.
on her.
Yeah.
So that's insight. Here's her lowest. Right?
Send the ghost back to the void.
So I roll the lowest, right? Or do I roll what's
no.
appropriate?
In this case, I believe it would be a resolve. Unless you want to outsmart the ghost.
Oh wait, but this is
You trick it into
Carissa.
something.
Yeah, you have no pips. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
so it doesn't matter.
It is Carissa, but they're sharing
Okay.
a stress resource, and so Shiova might be the one who steps in. There might be a scene
Okay.
with Shiova and this and this other spirit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So roll resolve, 0 modifier. Let's go.
It's just Beetlejuice going on.
So you have 6
That's-
stress incoming. You take 1 stress
Oh,
One.
or 1
Nice.
drain in this instance.
That's
That's what
fine.
it's called.
And Shiova, you are made aware that this is happening. Like you can feel like a certain connection. And
It had whips around. Just
yeah,
Feels like someone's squeezing your weenus.
and I imagine you kind of like instinctually like fly to Carissa and you enter her, and it's like this thing where like you're face to face with this like broad-shouldered man, wearing like ornate and decorative like war armor, inside of Carissa. This is all happening kind of outside of the view of
Yeah.
like Marvin and the others.
just having a party in there.
You bare your
I don't
fangs
know what's
at him.
going on. She's just jiggling.
And do you say anything specific to him?
You will not have my host.
I'll find my own. A powerful.
Oh no. Oh no.
But he does step
Damn.
up, but he does follow through because you did get the success, the partial success. You resisted the consequence, and so it goes off. This
Hey.
man does possess one of the students, and so you see like this like meek like young man, like barely 17 or 18 years old, with like the broken Harry Potter glasses. He stands up and then he bellows out to the spirits in like the Severosi language. He just says, "To arms, brothers.
I'm
Revolution
gonna punch him.
is abound." And he leaps out the window. Like this young leaps out the window.
Oof.
And you
Hope he has insurance.
you just hear screams as like a horde of spirits run off. And they begin assailing the cavalry.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't punch him.
Yes.
Are we
so
about to get another clock?
yes, we are getting another clock.
Oh my God.
And this is going to be
So many
called.
clocks.
This one's going to be called Cavalry. Cavalry Dead. Because
Every session before this, we have struggled to deal with more than like 2 clocks, and now there's like
There's, like-
6, and
Oh yeah,
they're-
there's 6 now.
they all matter because like each one is a different cardinal direction of if you mess this up, it's just gonna get way harder in the next session.
This truly has become our final boss.
Dio,
Clock.
are you ready?
No.
We cut to the street where Skurlock is contending. The cavalry come and they attempt to slice him, and he just single-handedly grabs like one of the horses by the ear and just rips its head off, and the falls and like crashes on top of like the rider, crushing him to death. You see him like again, like he like this book. He kind of holds it in his hand, and it just like opens to a random page, and he slams it shut, and like a bolt of lightning just comes and like strikes someone in the head. He does it again, and the entire street just emulates into flame, over and over and over again. But he's you can tell he's getting tired. He's not moving nearly as quick, though he is still much faster than a regular human being. And eventually, he just reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a piece of quartz. And he smashes it into the ground. What element did you decide on?
Light and water. And I light, water, and iron. Would it be able to be all 3 or just
Pick one. Pick one.
light?
Okay. So it bursts, and like kind of like when you strike sodium hard enough, it like sparks, and all of a sudden we see a twisted version of a familiar face.
One
Albatross
that's wearing
Yeah.
Oh.
What's he wearing?
Um,
What are you wearing?
he'd be wearing almost like a bunch of celebratory garbs, and all of it in white, and a mask that almost looks like a lion's mane. I think the only way that you could really recognize it would be the scarred up arms, and what I could probably say would be a regrown and really mangled arm where his gun arm one used to be.
Go ahead and have him. A very brief moment. We're gonna have him make one roll before we end today's session, because we're getting towards the end of today's session. Back in Skurlock's laboratory in his study, he performed a ritual. He found like the essence of what you were. He force-fed it the remaining souls that he owed it. And it compels you with one simple task.
Eat the Reich.
Kill the Emperor.
Oh man, he didn't have to do all that. He could have just asked it.
Oh shit, girl.
It's like
And so
you
emerge.
to brainwash me.
He's a dick. I don't know. He does stand there, and he tosses to the ground. You emerge. There's probably about like 9,000 of these cavalrymen between you and the Emperor. Go ahead and make your roll to fulfill your duty.
So I'm gonna hate to say this. I'm having trouble logging back in. My game crashed, and or I accidentally closed the tab, and I'm
I
trying to
see you
see
Son
jump
of a
back
bitch.
in. It is loading, but
see it.
Do you have the link?
Let me try it again.
he's jumping on again. Like he lost his session about like a minute ago. I guess you're rolling for Albatross.
Albatross. Well, so I did not share it with everyone. He has his own character sheet. That's
Dead Albatross. The character sheet.
no.
Here.
It is
Jeez.
called Albatross A/Descended. There. If you want to take a look.
I really hope that this Albatross and the Golem Albatross end up meeting. One with a shocked face, the other one with no head.
The other one with no face.
Yeah, it's still considering me inside of the campaign.
No. I mean, I can boot you if you want.
Please.
There, you've been kicked from the world.
Said we're never ending this session as long as he can't make that roll.
Okay.
No.
I mean, you could roll and just tell him what it is and keep going. Like,
Yeah.
if we're having
That is
boundary
true.
issues.
I'm at this point. I'm just waiting for it to load. I'm in.
Okay. Also. All right.
Cool.
Let's
Okay,
go ahead
here we
and
go. So let's see.
well, first describe the way that Albatross moves and what he's trying to do in order to get to this Emperor. This silly Emperor character.
That silly Emperor.
Silly little guy.
Okay, I have exactly how I want to describe this. Okay, so what he's gonna do, a bow and arrow is going to materialize.
Bone arrow?
I mean,
Bow.
that could be it.
It's a bow and
Okay.
arrow, is what he said, but it could be made out of bone.
Oh.
Coming out of the bone structure out of his arms. Just you see the violent like bones coming out, and as it shows, he is going to pull back, and an arrow of light is going to show up. He's going to fire it into the army.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll there.
That roll.
Okay,
So
it's going to be
it's gonna be Hunt. Okay, so
yes.
It's a good choice.
it's going to be desperate for great effect. As a daemon, that is generally going to be the case. Unless you're
And
a regular dude.
it's gonna be and I'm gonna push it.
Okay. For additional die or for greater effect? Well, actually, no.
Additional die.
yeah, great effect.
Yeah.
And then I get these abilities that were selected off of it, right?
Yeah. You get the abilities. So you can have up to 4.
Oh no, so those are the different ones. Okay, so this is separate. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like where the Emperor is located, like it's clear as day where he's marching from, right?
Oh yeah, because as tall and menacing as these horses and these men riding these horses are, he's even bigger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna roll for it. Let's see where this goes.
Oh man.
It's a powerful
that's good enough.
success. So the arrow flies through and you start moving forward. This arrow pierces through,
Mhm.
and it does a lot of damage. You are going to have some damage incoming. It's going to be a level 3 harm coming your way.
Yeah.
As like these men just start to like leap off of their horses with spears made out of obsidian, and they're starting to lash out at you. Sorry.
Didn't mean to. I had a response to that.
Yeah.
Elemental travel. You may expend your special armor to teleport to a site of your elemental affinity within several blocks. Plus 3 stress to bring anyone in physical contact with you.
Yeah. Do you want to bring Skurlock with you?
I mean, you just see this masked albatross look at Skurlock and nod back to the Emperor, and then look back at him as if he's asking him if he wishes to come with.
Skurlock nods. Yeah, why not?
And he'll take the 3 stress.
Okay.
And
you're still gonna
how
roll
close
to you're still gonna roll to resist. Now you have fast healing because of what you are, so don't worry too much about taking incoming harm. You can take the level 3 if you want.
I mean, it says I have to expend my armor.
Oh, is that what it does? You expend?
Yeah, for both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to resist the harm.
Okay. Well, special armor is different than your regular armor, but yeah. But anyways, so yeah, go ahead and give me a resistance roll to reduce that harm then.
Oh, so wait, special. So I could use regular armor to reduce the damage coming in.
Yes.
I'll do that instead.
Okay. So it's going to come in as a level 1 harm then.
Okay.
So you do take a cut, and it's mostly because you double back to grab Skurlock. And then, you teleport and you end up like across the river, like where this arrow has sunk into, like a stone. You and Skurlock see that there's still like a lot of these cavalrymen between you and the Emperor, but you have significantly closed the distance. And he begins to open his book to cast his next spell. We go over to Carissa, who's looking out the window as this young man possessed by the spirit of a Severosi horse lord is shouting orders at other spirits who are assailing these cavalrymen that are trying to trample their houses. You see Sawtooth lobbing smoke grenades and hacking off horses' heads in one swift movement with a rusty cleaver. We go up to the north where Darmit and the rest of the Bluecoats are firing off against the superiorly armed Imperial Guard, and are slowly starting to make progress. We see the ships we see these jaws come up and take a second ship. We see Lechusa preparing some arms along the southern banks. But the ships are getting close to the docks, and their cannons are armed and ready, aimed upon the citizens of Duskfall. We'll see what happens next time.
No.
Sin and Conflict.
Oh man.
Fuck.
Everyone have a good night, and to
Tell me what to do.
Dad.
I'm gonna be
Lou.
miserable.